Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family, ghouls, and other creatures of the night. My name is Rena, the storyteller, and I welcome you all to Red Center by Night. A little warning. In this episode, there will be mentions and conversations of depression, mental health issues, different types of abuses, human trafficking, and gambling. If you're currently suffering an emergency, please contact 000 or your nearest emergency contact. Feel free to skip this episode if you don't feel comfortable. Check links down below for relevant helplines for Australian residents. A little disclaimer, there might be major character death this episode. Until further notice, you are not permitted to land anywhere. This radio echoes all throughout the plane, repeating itself over and over again. Until further notice, you are not permitted to land anywhere. We see as the audience take a peek into this plane, starting from the cockpit. One of the pilots had his head cut off. The other pilot is just crying, tears and snot running down his face as he is shakingly trying to contact the other side and hearing nothing but the words, "Until further notice, you are not permitted to land anywhere." And we move the camera over onto the rest of the plane, seeing the carnage, the gore, a huddle of survivors on one corner of the first class cabin nearest to the cockpit. Until further notice, you are not permitted to land anywhere. The pilot shakingly takes the radio. Bzzzt. This is flight SQ211. We thank you everyone for your help. We have decided that we are not landing this plane. Goodbye, and see you later. Now, shall we begin our story? Last episode was quite chaotic, to say the least. The cell had found themselves in the auction after a little bit of chaos, trying to find each other once again. And one of our members had just lost someone incredibly important to them. Not by choice, but by necessity. Several rules have been broken within this realm, and we are here now in this episode, this second part of this episode, to find out the consequences of their actions. Because consequences always comes swiftly and aggressively. Right now, the cell, all four of you, actually five, including your cousin, had just arrived outside the tent where you know Cal is residing. One thing that you have noticed once you have started walking towards this area is the fact that everything looks old, worn out, as if it hasn't been maintained in years, in decades. Everything is rotting. And it didn't seem that way. Because when you first got here, everything is bright, everything looks new. But now everything is rotting. And there's just silence all around as everyone, well, mostly everyone, is inside the auction. There's still a sprinkle of rain here and there. However, it seemed to clear up a little bit. Is there any conversations happening within the group as you stand outside of Kel's tent?
We said we'd give Cal a report before we left. I guess maybe it might be just worth jumping in, sticking our head in, just giving a, yep, cool, here's the report, we're out, thank you. Appreciate it, make sure we actually can leave.
Or we could just try and leave.
Why would they stop us from leaving?
There's a lot of rules we've broken.
And we still have deals to fulfill. We owe Cal a report, so we shall give him one.
Cal is the sort of owner of this. I don't know if maybe you've had the
No idea.
Yeah, very into nursery rhymes.
Positively creepy.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. But, yeah. Don't really know what's going on with the whole landscape. That's all right though. Let's hopefully not stick around long enough to find out.
Yeah, I'd really like to get back to those kids.
Let's just do this and get going.
As they're standing there talking, Mr. Locke has been sort of going over and just double checking all of the items of weaponry that they have.
Do you still have that knife I made you?
Sorry, is that an out of character question?
No, that's an in-character question. That's Tanya asking Locke.
Okay, sorry, if you want to ask me that again.
Do you still have the knife I made you?
No, that was that was lost.
Oh. I named it and everything.
How romantic.
It's Slashly.
Slashly.
Yes. I name all the weapons I make. Or get, even. Like, this gun, I named this. I name basically all. Yeah. How'd you lose it?
In the game, it was a necessary sacrifice to make.
It's a bummer.
A good death for Slashly.
Yeah.
A moment of silence for Slashly.
Mr. Locke, you also noticed that you're missing one pistol. Aside from one grenade.
Mr. Locke clocks it, but they don't mention anything about it.
All right, we going in?
Sure.
All right, let's do this.
Do I need to go in? I'm not really with...
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I also don't know how long we'll be in there or if this is where we're going to leave.
Stay by our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be by yourself out here.
Good point. I'll come.
Okay, everyone enters. As you enter, it's the same layout. Jeremy, when you enter, it's like from the outside, it looks like a tent. But the moment you enter, it's like you walked into a mansion. Much grander than Victoria's one that you have been in. This one is just... It's so shiny that it's almost blinding.
Is this one rotting too?
No. Still pristine.
Oh, this is going to take some getting used to.
Just don't think about it too much. Makes it easier.
Can we see Kel in here?
No. However, the meeting room where he had made a deal with you is closed, currently closed. So
Why don't we just like leave a note that has like the dot points and a phone number. He can call us if he needs details, and we can bounce.
It's not really a report though, and I don't really want to break any more deals than we already have.
I mean, if we've already broken things at this point.
That's fair, but I really think that if we try to leave without fulfilling our roles, I don't think we're really going to be let out.
Okay.
Just because you break one glass doesn't mean you have to knock the whole set off the table, you know?
I think especially there's the risk that yes, we might. There's the chance that we get to the exit and they let us out, which would be terrific. I don't really think that's that likely, though. I think much more likely we're going to get there and there's going to be some sort of inventory or account taken. And especially if we tried to screw over the person running the event, that's going to tax a bit more heavily than some of the other misdemeanors we may have performed.
Mr. Locke's going to go and knock on the closed door.
What's awareness, Mr. Locke?
Nothing. That's not worth
Okay.
re-rolling for.
Okay, you knock on the door. There's a bit of a moment before the door opens, and one opens the door. Jeremy, you see this really young child wearing a suit and tie, but he looks about 6 years old, and he opens the door. He has dark brown hair, and he looks like the receptionist, but really young. Why is he here?
Hi, hello. Everyone else is seeing a child, right?
I think it's one of those Fae things. Not actually a child.
For Mr. Locke, you also see a child. For everyone else, you see a blob.
We see Flubber.
Are you supposed to be here, mate?
Yes, I am assistant to Mr. Kell.
Where is Mr. Kell? Is he around?
He is in a meeting right now.
How long is that going to be? Do you know when he's going to be free?
I cannot give you a time frame, but if you'd like to just walk into his meeting.
Who's the meeting with?
Who's the meeting with? Yeah.
I cannot say her name.
Is it with Red?
I cannot confirm nor deny anything.
Okay, just blink if it's Red.
I cannot.
She blinked. Okay, cool. It's Red. Let's go. We know Red. I know Red. Red's
Can
my
we
friend.
all-
We can just go.
Can we all just not realize that they don't even look old enough to have a pen license,
It's,
let alone...
It's not actually a child.
It's not a child.
Mate. It's one of those things where it's not what it looks like.
Okay, all right, what does it look like to you then?
Definitely not a child.
Not a
You
child.
don't want to know what it looks like.
I'm
A
asking.
giant blob of flubber.
All right, now you just shit stirring me.
No, it's
Look at my face.
a big amorphous blob.
Do I look like I'm joking?
If you take into account all of the things that you have witnessed here, do you really think they would be joking about that?
Are you a giant blob?
The perception that each and every people have in regards to me differs.
We don't have time for this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that.
Tanya's
Where
going
are we
to steamroll in to try and enter the room that Cal's having their meeting.
Oh, you're just going to barge into the room?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Look, it's a blob, but it still has feelings. Maybe.
You see one just looking down as he closes the door slowly behind you guys.
Blobs have feelings, right?
I wouldn't know.
Just be nice to the...
I don't have an issue with him. We're on a timeline. Let's keep moving.
Sorry, so sorry. We're in a rush. It's not your fault.
He sits down on a chair right next to the door. Okay. So, Tanya, you just burst into this inner meeting room. Just open the door and straight in.
So, knock knock before I open the door. Yep.
Okay. You knock and open the door, and the first thing you see is the fact that there is somebody standing by the door. It's that really small Southeast Asian guy you've seen outside of the auction, and he has his arms folded, As he turns to you and you look further into the room, it's a smaller study. It's exactly the same thing but smaller, with just the table and the chair. It looks like a principal's office, if anything like that. There's a plant on one side. That doesn't look like a plant.
What does it look like?
It looks like a bunch of snakes in a plant pot. Like, you can see that it's moving.
Cool. And is Kel's in there?
Kel is in there, and Kel is currently sitting down with his arms folded while Red has her arms crossed while staring down at him. But the moment you open the door, both of them turn towards you.
Sorry to interrupt. Hey, babe. We just needed to check in before we bounce. That's cool.
Good. Okay, how about all of you pile in here?
Why not? Just will walk in.
Now that we've been invited in.
Yeah. Give a nod to one and just be like, solid work. Continue in.
As you all enter, the guy closes the door behind you and stands in front of it. Kel's looking at all of you expectantly.
We're just ensuring we fulfill our obligations, just concluding our report, as was agreed, working as consultants.
Consultants, not security.
Consultants.
Security consultant.
So, please do tell me. Why are you all carrying weapons?
Locke walks over to the desk and starts unloading the weapons onto the desk. We were given permission to... Sorry, I've just forgotten what the word is.
Confiscate?
Thank you. We were given permission to confiscate items of weaponry that we found whilst on site. These are items that we have found that we have now brought to you as per part of our deal.
I'm really attached to this one. I've named it. Can I keep it?
No.
I don't have any weapons.
No, but I have something else to talk to you about.
No, I have no weapons either.
Do you want to have the chat with him first? I'm trying to, come to terms with the loss.
Tanya, put it down.
They're not legal in Australia anyway.
That really doesn't affect very much for me.
What a surprise.
I don't think we're in Australia anymore.
We are, in a way.
Hi, I don't think we've met, but you already know my name. How nice.
Yes. I was informed that you have found it within yourself to release our food supply.
It was a perfectly legitimate above-table deal I made with one of the denizens of the Fey Realm. I'm sure they can present you with the contract that me and my friend had to deal with. You can also take it up with my editor, if you like, at the Herald Sun.
They've got a great legal team.
I'll explain to you, Jeremy, what this guy looks like. He looks like an elderly scholar. Like what the principal would look like. White hair, elderly man, wearing a suit and tie. But during this time, the moment you started speaking and until you stopped talking, he had not blinked, not once at all.
Wonderful.
And pray tell, what was the deal that was brokered?
It was my friend Logan's exchanged his not sure about soul, the services for the children to be released.
So really, Jeremy wasn't even involved.
And you didn't think that it was quite off.
In what way? Because since you seem to know my name, I'm assuming you probably know a little more that's comfortable about me. And there's a lot here that I've found quite off. So you have to be a little more specific.
This event runs because everyone knows their roles. Everyone follows the rules. It's clear cut. You have to agree to it when you enter this realm. Yet, what do we have right now? As he starts to stand up, have his arms on his back, starts walking around. We've got someone summoning somebody else from outside carrying weaponry, when I have ensured that everyone would have a comfortable stay. Security consultants that turns out to be a bunch of hunters, and your other cell members, I don't know what you call it, cell members, group, branch, had decided that they're going to just rip the foundations of this event and have it all crushing down. And then we have not one but two Fays who have gone rogue, trying to topple this well-oiled machine. Did I miss anything else?
Depends on who the two Fae are. I think there might be more than two who have gone rogue, but it's a pretty good summary. There's also other supernaturals who have gone a bit rogue too, but...
Yes, I am quite aware. Some of them had made me aware in regards to your group's actions. Yes. Unless you consider them part of your group as well.
I do.
So it's a shared responsibility then.
Absolutely not.
I would argue that it's a case of potentially vicarious liability, that the work of the underlings and employees is the responsibility of the manager and it falls on their head to keep them in line. Do you think that's a fair discussion?
Yeah, look, I might not understand Fey law, but I do have to deal with laws and regulations quite a bit in my job, and if your Fey acted out of line in making a deal with me and mine, then that sounds like a responsibility and liability that rests on your shoulders, not the party that was being duped.
Yes, and that's why I am taking responsibility for that and ensuring that the Fays who have gone rogue are going to be held accountable.
And in likeness, we shall ensure that any individuals within our organisation that have also, as you say, gone rogue will be held accountable ourselves.
I would like to see that happen, because right now I am going to actually show you that I am upholding my side of the deal.
Then show us.
He turns towards Red. At this point, I'd like everyone to roll what's an insight on Red, unless you'd want it to be on Cal.
I might go Kel.
Is this detecting lies?
No.
Come on, mate.
2 successes.
3.
1.
5.
Okay. Okay. 1 and 2. table's just vibes, man.
That's
You-
Red. She's cool. I like
guys are
Red.
like-
Red's my buddy.
She's stoic. Kel's like stoic somehow. Both of them just look quite calm at this moment. Mr. Locke, who are you looking at this moment?
I think as Kel turned to Red, Locke's attention moved to Red.
Red looks calm. She's smiling a little bit, but she has that smile that's a bit off, as if she looks scared. Jeremy, with 5 successes, you know exactly what's happening here. You're not sure what, but it feels like it's not a manager employee kind of relationship. This is like a father and a child relationship kind of. And this man is not a good man. And you can see the fear in Red's eyes.
How far away are we standing from them?
Let's say you guys are in the middle of the room, so just a few feet.
So if I were to lean across and mutter something to Mr. Locke, would it be likely they could hear us?
Yes.
Okay. I know that there's a universal sign for gesturing to someone that someone else is in danger, but I don't know what it is personally, but I feel like Jeremy would know it. I'll leave it. He'll leave it for now while he thinks about how to process this information.
Okay. Red just starts to okay, let's calm down a little bit. We can talk about this after. And this whole time, Kel is just approaching her, just slowly. There's not like we can just talk about this a little bit, I can do other things. I can be penalized. It's fine. I can owe some favors to you. I can.
You haven't done anything wrong. Sorry, what was your name again?
It's Red.
Red. Red. You've been exemplary. I think the issues that we've had here have been with other staff. Definitely not you. You've been amazing.
Definitely not true. Tristan was leaned forward. Be like, during the course of the games, as discussed, Red proposed the idea of displacing you, Kel, and was sourcing for additional resources if someone was interested in potentially joining for a newer, different sort of revolutionary coma. Not really something I was interested in, but just as we haven't actually formally resigned and fulfilled our report, I'm still required to inform you on any security risks as a member of the staff.
Oh, as you say that, Kel moves to strike Red, but stops. His hand is just, it was a back slap. Backhand slap. Is it a backhand slap? Backhand slap. And he stops. And Red looks extremely frightened before she turns to you and says, "Babe, it's been good, but self-preservation's a bitch. So I'd like to take that favor, and I'd like to take your place now."
Sure. That was the deal, I guess.
I'll specifically state that my part of the deal, that the favor is owed. I'd like to be with your most important person right now away from this place and be gone. So
You'll get Haley out of here
I'll get Haley out of here.
safe.
I'll get her safe.
You'll keep her safe.
I'll keep her. I promise I will keep her safe.
I made a deal, I guess.
You say take place. Can you go define what that means, like physically, or what in its entirety as an identity?
I meant I'm taking her identity. So, favor owed, favor granted. Debt has been paid.
Sorry to interrupt this, I don't know, Fey legal thing, but what if we just help you get out of here? I mean, sorry, but you've been eager to shoot something the whole time we've been here, and we outnumber this unblinking fucker. I'm not gonna help her get away just so he can fuck you up too. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that.
Here's a good point.
You want to say want to take my identity, like body swap. You don't want to be in this body, babe. I'm going to tell you that right now. Fuck. Going from like an eternal lifespan to the shit that I've got going on. Honey.
I'd rather live a second life than... Kel at this time had actually turned around, walked towards the tables, picked a knife, one of the knives, and throws it at Red. Red did not expect this because she was like talking to all of you, and it hits her straight on her neck. And she's just...
Jeremy rushes forward to try and help her.
Yeah, so is Tanya, because even though she's being a bitch, that is Tanya's friend.
Kel gives a sigh. Says, this is why you need to be quick in terms of taking those favors. You don't need their permission.
Has the favor been agreed to?
I don't know how this face stuff works. I don't know. Like, I don't want, especially now, I don't really want to swap this.
It's because she asked, and before she can actually seal it.
Yeah, as an out of character question, has the deal been made yet? Cool. Okay. Mr. Locke is going to push past these two over to Red. Do I have to roll for that?
I imagine Jeremy has his hand over where the knife is, like with the blade coming. He hasn't taken the knife out, but like trying to press pressure to the wound.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Locke's going to push past, going to try and forcibly move you out of the way. Grab the knife, rip it through, finish the kill before the deal can be made.
Jeremy will resist that with his 2 dexterity.
So will Jeremy resist? Will Jeremy?
What is this?
Strength and brawl, both
Oh
of you.
gosh. Oh, that's 1 dice. Sorry.
Do you want
Go, Jeremy.
Can't I
you
roll
want that.
dexterity?
Can journalists arouse the investigative journalism to try and increase the roll?
Okay,
I
question.
Think,
I have a point in drive.
No idea.
It is a success.
I've got a question.
yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second as this is currently happening right now. I need to roll for Red as well.
There's a lot of red.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does kindred blood heal Fae the way that it...
No.
No. Okay. Well,
It tastes dirty. Probably. I don't know.
Strength.
Don't make that noise. That's not
I
a
think-
good noise.
Tanya is just sort of what... If this happens, Tanya is just a bit frozen, I think.
Wow. Seriously? Okay.
6 successes.
Don't stab Jeremy as well.
No, I succeeded. That means I don't stay.
Ah,
Do you think that's ripped through his fingers, though?
No, it's
we get
it's just skillfully removed.
the more successes, the more skill. So I guess
Okay.
it missed it
Well,
so many.
I'm
of the
not.
fingers.
I'm not unhappy about the fingers. It's fine.
Maybe like trimmed a little bit of nail. And a little bit of nicer.
It's a manicure.
It's a manicure.
Okay, I'll go through this because this all happens in a split second. The moment Mr. Locke tries to just rip the head off of Red using that knife that's already in her, Jeremy tries to stop, but Jeremy is not strong.
Oh, one success.
Red also got one success. So with your powers combined, you're just both
With our powers combined, we are mediocre.
You are 1/3
not
as strong
even
as Mr. Locke.
mediocre.
With our powers combined, at least we tried.
At least we tried.
Gold star for effort.
It's like ripping through butter.
No! Why would you do that?
It needed to be done. Justice needed to be served. Now it has been. Now we may dispense of our own.
You're supposed to be helping people.
I am helping people.
Doesn't look like it to me.
Red slowly drops to the floor. And her whole body just starts to rot.
Cal?
It's as if she's starting to grow old. Her whole glamour is slowly fading away from this.
She was a victim here too. Don't you understand that? Are you that thick?
We're all victims to something. Kel, your justice has been served. The individuals from our organisation that are not here shall be dealt with forthwith. The one that is here, as you can see, does not enjoy this life at all. The price that he will pay for the crimes he has committed against you is that he will become part of our Second Inquisition and will have to live with these decisions that we make and live with this life that we leave.
Fuck you.
That sounds fair enough. Any other words?
Tanya's just like on the, like, when Red dropped, Tanya dropped, and it was kind of like going to go and try and like put pressure on it, but just is watching her person that she's considered a friend just shrivel up and is sort of just a little bit horrified and frozen by it, I think.
Are you in agreement we have fulfilled our requirements as staff?
Yes, I do agree.
Excellent. So should we then return to the status as guests? Is there anything that needs to be resolved before we can leave?
No. You can turn over your staff badges and you may leave.
Locke gets out their badge.
As you hand over the badge, Kel would actually look at you, stare at you, and say, I would like to give you a gift for disposing of my dirty work.
What is it?
Restoration of something you've lost. You've recently lost something, and I can see that. I can see there's a huge chunk gone from your... how do you explain this? And he says the word, but for everyone in this room, it just sounded like white noise. I can restore it, or you can just choose not to take the gift. It is a gift, not a favor. It is freely given in exchange for dirtying your hands.
Dirtying my hands is my job. All gifts from Fae come with strings.
Not this one. Okay, I will be honest. It will come with a string, but the string is more beneficial to me. Because it'll hinder his plans long enough for me to murder the man.
Hinder whose plans?
There's a bloodlapper that's called... What is he called now? The doctor? Oh, he's lost his name many, many nights ago. And now it's just been a thorn on my side this whole time. So it's in a way a 2-1 win-win situation, as the youngsters call it.
So the gift you're giving me is of benefit to yourself,
Oh, it'll benefit you.
will it?
There's only one way to know.
We're
You've
talking
recently
around
lost
it. Is it her memories? Is it the memories that...
My memories.
Yeah. Is that, like, you're talking around it? Is that what it is?
I can neither confirm nor
Oh
deny.
my gosh. Faye are exhausting.
Well, there's something recently lost.
It's the only thing I think. Well, my knife that I gave you did lose Slashly. Is it? It's either the memories or Slashly. Like,
Am I stronger with the memories?
I don't know. I think you're more compromised with the memories.
Compromisation is death. I won't take this gift.
Okay?
Does Red have any weapons on her?
No. Is there anything else?
I think that's everything. So if you're satisfied with the results,
If you're giving out gifts, I will take that gun back.
No.
I take the gun.
No. I've given you one gift. And you've chosen not to take it, and that is fair.
Can she take it at a later date? Like, crack it like a glow stick? At a later time, maybe?
What is a glow stick?
is there a time limit on this offer, or should Locke change their opinion and approach you or communicate with you? Is this something you're willing to offer again? Or is this a limited time, one decision offer?
I'll give all of you until the end of the night. I'm not sure whether or not you'd like to still partake in the auction, but if you choose to leave, that's the last time, hopefully, we'll see of each other.
I want to leave.
I actually do have, before Tristan still got his badge, before I return the staff badge, just one question. If you're willing to answer it as staff, if not, that's fine as well. We mentioned earlier regarding the threats in this area, or people breaking the rules. There was, during the games, is it possible for us to be aware of the fate of everyone we played with potentially? Seeing as, for the time being, just as we're part of a group now, we all were part of other groups. And I'd be curious to see if the responsibility for others' actions extends to that period as well.
We're still missing one member of our party.
Yes. Dr. Yue. I can actually answer that for you. During the games, let me answer this one first. During the games, those games rules do not apply. They have their own set of rules. So whatever coma rules are, it's been overridden. But once you're out of there, coma rule applies and everything else goes back to normal. A message has actually been left for this group from Dr. Yue. However, you would not be able to listen to it until you leave, as I have asked her to simply send a voicemail.
She's okay.
She is quite fine.
All right.
Is anybody else hearing that?
The phone ringing?
Yeah?
There was a car outside.
Oh shit. Thought I'm losing my mind again.
Again.
Okay. I was like, okay. Is anybody else hearing it? Okay. Her family had visited Coma and asked for her. And it seemed that during her game, something else had happened. I cannot go into further details as each and every game are
Of course.
supposed to not be spoken about. However, players are free to share their experiences.
I can fill you in on the details of our game once we leave.
Sounds
But
good.
UA's safe and has already left.
I can confirm that, yes.
Okay, then let's go.
Before you leave, Mr. Binks,
What?
I would like to extend a gift. You are a very rare human, indeed.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Most humans would just choose their own self-preservation when faced with something quite difficult and scary. Yet, as vexed as I am that our supplies have disappeared, can always be replenished, you and your friends have gone and managed to weasel a deal out of someone I did not expect you three to do a deal with. This will help. This will help prevent further what's the word for it? Degradation of the mind. As normal people, when faced with something like this, usually lose their minds after a while.
And you're just offering it to the Herald Sun here.
Because his humanity is quite higher than everybody else in here.
Oh, I won't argue that.
Oh, what's the word for it? A pure soul. Very delectable, but you need to release one of them, some of them in the wild.
I've got a gift for you too before we leave. I heard that you really like rhymes.
Yes?
One day, some way, I will make you pay. I will make you regret letting me go. Some way, someday. Also, we have a saying in Greek for people like you who offer us things we don't care for. Stobisino su malaka.
I actually might like you after all.
You can stick it up your ass. And he turns and he's shaky and covered in blood and leaves.
A man is standing in the doorway.
Please, let me go, please.
He looks down at you. Well, actually, he looks up at you because he's quite short. Rolls his eyes, opens the door, just gestures for you to go out.
Walks straight out. We'll wait for the others in the next room.
He closes the door.
There's one final nod. Kel. Locke will follow them out.
Kel calls out to you as you leave. It's always a loss when a pure soul just disappears. I guess you were incarnated too many times this time. Wonder if this is gonna be your last time. You enjoy your life now, Mr. Locke.
And you enjoy yours, they call over their shoulder.
And the guy's just like standing there.
Yes.
Oh, I think Tanya's still kneeling next to Red's. Red's dead now. Yeah, yeah,
Red stain.
yeah.
So
Red's
dead.
body.
At this point, Red had shriveled up. Yet you can see that small sprouts of flowers have started to grow in her body.
Can Tanya take one of the flowers?
Yeah? Can
I
you
think-
just walk the dead body?
The dead body flower? Yeah, why not? I think Tanya's going to take one of the flowers and just be like, bye, Red. Or Candy. She knows to buy candy, so buy candy. And then Tanya's going to go as well. With one final look over her shoulder at the gun that she's left at the table. Gundalf.
Okay.
Tristan will put down his staff badge. Be like, well, I hope you're satisfied with the business. If you're ever in Alice Springs again and you need some assistance, please feel free to knock on our door.
And the hunters are not just going to murder me straight up.
You haven't really given us a reason to. And Tristan will extend his hand out to Kel.
Kel will shake your hand and say, have you figured out who your patron is?
If I was to ask for a straight answer, am I going to get one without strings? Or
If you answer one of mine,
I'll do my best.
okay? Your patron, you should have met him when you were on the verge of dying. Well, he lets go of your hand at this point, but he's like, I've seen him around. He is quite... V has said the words before. An edge. He has an edge.
He's on edge.
No, he's not on edge. He's edgy.
Oh, yeah, that's anyone who describes themselves as a patron, I think probably that really kind of is almost a mandatory requirement. Do you know anything about who or what it is?
It's more of a literal, well, they're someone we avoid at all cost. Especially when there's the two of them together. You avoid that area at all cost. It's what Faye usually have heard through the grapevine. I've only witnessed or seen him once, interacted with him once. His name is Noctis.
Noctis. Interesting. It's more than I was given. Do you know what Noctis is? I imagine the lists of things that the Fae try to avoid. There can't be an extensive list.
You should know.
It definitely should.
Well, a mage.
Yeah.
The literal representation of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought as much. What's your question?
I can see that you're also protected by something else. Have you also taken care of something, someone,
I try to take care of a lot of things, so
young one?
it'd be new for one of them to actually return the favor, to be honest, but yes,
Can you tell me their name?
their actual name or what I knew them by.
What you knew them by, but
7.
very interesting.
Apparently, they're not around here anymore, though. Or at least the other ones I spoke to. Maybe they couldn't find them, which wouldn't surprise me either.
Oh, that is not quite true.
Mm.
Well, partly not true. Okay. Let me just have a look. As he grabs a book and photo album from one of his he plucks it from his bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
Peruses through it. See. Once upon a time, I met an annoying human. Annoyed me to the point that even though I take everything away, still coming back like a cockroach. And one of them, oh no, not one of them. One of his wards is named with that nickname. So he puts down the photo album, and you can see there's this young, around 30 something guy with white hair, glasses, and he's looking into the camera, and he's wearing a doctor's jacket, like a doctor's
Lab coat.
coat, yeah, lab coat. And next to him on you can see the setting itself, they look like they're eating outside, like in a really old macas.
Mm-hmm.
And the photos, it looks quite old. And right across from him, smiling and waving at the camera, is 7. And next to her is another young child with white hair.
Do I recognize the other child with the white hair as well from the features? Okay.
I would, though, wouldn't I, if I was looking at this?
You would.
Yeah.
You say not partially true. Like if they're not, where do you know where they are?
Well, they go by a different name now. But yes.
Something you're willing to share?
He thinks for a moment before nodding at the guy on the door. The guy on the door stands in front of the door again and leans on it and says, I can tell you exactly where she is right now.
In exchange for what?
A favor. Not a favor that's open-ended, but an alliance in a sense, a temporary one. If I ask for help, especially if another fae or a bloodlapper comes sniffing around,
Mm-hmm.
that you'd provide me refuge. Just for one day.
Refuge for one day. When you say refuge, what? Just a roof over your head? Food? What do you want?
Hide me away for one day.
Hide, when you say again hide, what? Just do my best to keep you hidden? Or
Do your best, to the best of your abilities, to keep me hidden away from my pursuers.
So I'd like to amend the terms of the deal, if you'd hear me out. So what you've offered is, in exchange for refuge for 1 day to keep you hidden, and was hiding you in a physical location, you'll give me the knowledge of where Seven is right now. I propose, I want to know where Seven will be 1 year from now today. And I'll not only give you refuge physically for 1 day, I'll give you refuge inside of me for 1 whole day.
Okay. I accept that deal.
We'll shake hands with
No
Cal.
shake hands. Too scholarly person.
Dude, I know, like, I vaguely recall Red telling us during the game that Cal and Red were father-daughter relationship. Do I know that? Cool. I have just one final question, if you're happy to answer it, and even, maybe you can't answer it yet. What is it like being responsible for your own daughter's death, or seeing it happen?
There are a lot of regrets. Well, right now I'm starting to question whether I raised her right, or where I have gone wrong. Yet, if I allowed her to continue down that path, I can already foresee the amount of
Bodies that'll pile up.
and I'd rather keep amicable relationship with humans. They're easier to converse with, to deal with, I'd rather not be haunted because of somebody else's mistake.
Definitely can relate to that. Can I check this deal? This doesn't pass on to the others of my group should I die.
The deal's just between you and I.
Alright.
And he starts writing a note and hands you a note.
Mm-hmm.
1 year on this exact date and time.
Won't even look at it yet. Actually, I better look at it in case I somehow lose it. That would go badly.
Well, so much for that deal.
Yeah, 100%. What does the note say?
It says July 1st, 2023 at 11:52 p.m. And it says Flinders Station at the clock entrance.
Of course. Thank you. And Tristan will put his staff badge down and go to walk out, presuming the vertically challenged Garu lets me through.
He's opening the door. But as you walk out, here's the thing. When a Fae dies, it's not just one soul in there. So many souls she has. And I guess with this death, there's no way for her to come back anymore. And we can see as Professor Tristan walks out, Kel goes back to his seat behind the desk, rubs his face, and the door closes as the Garu closes it. During this time, while Professor Tristan is making his deals, is there any conversation that's happening within this outer room between the three of you? As first of all, Jeremy Binks stormed out, all angry.
He's just pacing around trying to not have a meltdown feeling quite a few things, I imagine, and really wishing he could wash the blood off himself.
One will hand you cloth,
Like a wet.
like a wet towel, like a warm wet towel.
He'll begin. He'll say, "Thanks," and just begin vigorously trying to rub it off his skin.
That's what Mr. Locke walks out into.
Yep. Mr. Locke walks out and just also dealing with some very interesting knowledge and tidbits that they've just been told, but in their own way of simply standing there watching Binks.
Then Tanya walks out.
I think Tanya is also covered in blood, and she's got this flower, and I think she's just going to go up to Haley and just grab Haley's hand.
You okay? What happened? Is it your blood?
No, it's not mine. It's fine. Just yeah, let's just get out of here. And I think Tanya's just sort of like playing with the flower and just like holding Haley's hand like it's a lifeline to her sanity, essentially.
Yep, her hands are ice cold.
Tanya's not thinking about that.
Okay. Should we leave? Should we wait for the professor?
We'll wait for the professor and all leave together.
Okay. And they're just allowing us to leave like
Yep.
like that. Okay. So we're not fighting our way.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you have a gun?
I mean, I can get one.
Do you have one on you right now?
Maybe.
Give it to me.
Okay. She hands you a handgun.
Okay. And Tanya's gonna put it like
Standard piece.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I can use the shadow sort of little bit.
It's fine. It's fine. Safety. She's gonna tuck it. Tanya's just gonna tuck it in the back of her pants and pull her shirt back over it.
Okay. I thought you guys had weapons. What happened to the...
You're asking a lot of questions, babe. We just need to like a little bit of like
Okay.
quiet
okay.
time until the professor's back, okay?
Everyone's... Okay.
As part of our deal with the Fae, any weapons that we confiscated, we had to surrender to Cal, and that is what we have done.
Okay. Then after a while in the silence with just the sound of Jeremy Binks scrubbing himself furiously of blood, Professor Tristan walks out.
Good to go?
Yeah, I think we've taken everything that we need to. Is Jeremy still scrubbing?
His skin is quite raw now.
If it makes you feel better, Mr. Binks, it's not actually blood or anything of the sort. It's absolutely an illusion and trick of the light designed to prey on your empathy and sympathy. I'm sure that probably doesn't really offer much solace, but you're not covered in any bodily fluids at the moment.
You're not sure if he's ignoring you or can't hear you.
That's fine.
Tanya is also just like looking at herself like this feels pretty real.
That's the point of it, though. That's whole thing of the uncanny valley and the like. There's some predators. We have like kindred who are infiltrators. There's some similar to this. The prey doesn't usually walk towards a predator it can see. But anyway,
Let's get out of here.
yes, we are. I think we're free to leave. We should get out of here and then have some time to debrief and run through the events of the last few nights, which definitely been memorable.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know what was real though?
Mm.
How scared she was of him. And I've seen that look. I've seen that look in so many people's eyes my whole life. And instead of helping her get out of that situation, well, I guess we did help her get out of it in one way.
We helped her out, but also we saved 2 lives in there.
He saved much more. During the course of the game, Red proposed the potential of what Coma would look like under her rule, and the bodies that were being piled out right now would be of merely the entree, the starter, the entertainment.
You're never going to convince me that killing someone is the best solution to something. Please do not try.
I'm making no attempt. I'm just giving you the facts. As a journalist, you can interpret them as you wish. Tristan will start walking.
Yeah, Tanya's going to take Haley by the hand and be like hustling towards the exit.
Okay. And so if Professor Tristan leaves first, Tanya and Haley.
Is it going to be the same time when we go back?
I have no idea.
Is there... can I grab like a blanket or anything as we sort of walk past a tent or like a part of a tent or something in case it's not nighttime when we get back?
Okay. Who's leaving first?
Jeremy's still scrubbing.
Locke's going to grab the washcloth.
No, I need that.
We need to leave.
Fine. But I need that.
They very gently pass it back.
Jeremy snatches it back and will follow after, but is still attempting to wipe his arms and hands down.
And Locke will leave.
One, as you leave, will wave. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Do we all see that?
Oh, it's just the two of them. And then he slowly closes the door, looking quite defeated. This young child closes the door, and all of you walks out of the tent. Is there any conversations or what plans you'd like? Do you want to stop by anywhere before you leave the event?
Hopefully all our belongings will be at the door, or everything that we've owed or required to be given.
Okay, yeah.
How far is the building that people were staying at from here?
It's across the event, because the building itself is near the entrance and exit.
Because Jeremy would like to go check in on Logan if he's still there.
Yeah.
We can do that, that's fine.
Tanya is leaving.
It's not gonna take me long. I just need to let him know he might be in trouble. More trouble.
I'll accompany him.
No, you can just... I'd rather go with anyone else. Fine.
I'm happy to come too. That's fine.
Thanks.
If you maybe, Mr. Locke, if you could have a chat with and see what we can figure out. Maybe put some plans down for how we're going to move forward with Haley and what we can do.
Locke just nods and steps aside.
Just some kind of gesture like, lead the way, Mr. Binks.
Jeremy will head back over to the building.
Okay. Jeremy Binks, you do see Logan. He's got a massive book in front of him, and he's still going through it, going...
Haley.
Hey, mate. We don't. Are you still You're looking up someone else now, right?
Yep. Some people's names are spelled odd, and there's some words in here that it's not even a letter, like it's a symbol. So I don't know how you pronounce that. And am I going to be in trouble if I accidentally say it wrong?
Look,
No.
I don't know. Probably, I don't know how the Fae work, but look, I just wanted to let you know that deal that you made to get the kids back, it wasn't with the blessing of the Fae that runs this place, so you might be in trouble.
That's fine, I'm still in trouble regardless, so.
Yeah, but just keep an eye out, yeah?
As long as the kids are fine.
They will be, I'll make sure. You were a hunter, right? Before you became a desk clerk?
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
Oh, well, parents got mauled. More like just torn apart in front of me. I was a child. So, started researching and went into military, and I got picked up from there. And it's a rude awakening for sure.
Yeah.
You don't even know if it's real or not. Don't know, maybe you're just losing your mind. Maybe you're just trying to create stories in your head that this is what happened, but in reality it's something more mundane. But as you can see, it's, vampires are real.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Any advice to pass on to a recovered journalist?
Yeah. Don't lose your manty, mate. That's the most important part. Don't be jaded. A lot of agents, a lot of hunters become jaded throughout the time, but that's when they become monsters themselves. So,
Yeah, I think I might already be in with a couple of those.
yeah, not surprised.
Could you you got a bin back there?
Oh, yeah.
Could you and Jeremy hands him the bloody wet towel.
Oh,
Sorry, it's don't ask. But I don't know if you have a way of contacting the outside world, but here's my card. If you ever need if you ever need help, just give me a call. You've done so much for those kids. I want to help.
can you do me one favor, though?
Yeah.
Once you're out there, so I own this stop at Raldunda. It's called the Last Stop.
Last stop. Where is it?
Like it's if you go from Alice Springs to Kings Canyon, you won't pass by. It's right there on the road. You're not gonna miss it. Maybe
Yeah.
2 hours into the drive, you'll see it. Lots of truckies stop by there. Can you tell? Fuck, this is gonna be hard. Can you just explain to Jasmine that I've just say that I've passed?
Can I put a nicer spin on it than that?
Sure.
Cool.
Just break it to her gently, Fuck, mate. And he pulls out a box, a tiny box, puts it in front of you. Just give this to her, mate.
This isn't one of those Fey deals, is it?
I don't think I am. Am I?
Oh, who knows anymore, mate. I'll give this to her. And Jeremy takes. Is it a small box? He'll put it in his
Small
pocket.
ring box.
I'll make sure she knows that you were doing a good thing. But I mean it. Call me if you need anything.
Yeah.
Alright, take care. We're good.
Tristan will just get a gesture and give a nod before walking out.
Yes. This whole time, as everyone is walking out of this place, you do notice at the entrance, you're the first one to notice, there is it's a tall young lady, about mid-20s. She's wearing this nice blue dress, blue sundress, and then she has black, like dark hair. She has this extremely bright blue eyes as she looks up at the two of you, you and Haley, walking by, and it says, bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the event.
Thanks. Where can I get my stuff back?
Yep, you will get it back once you leave the place.
And what time will it be when we get back?
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't left this place yet.
Okay, sure, no worries. All right, how do we go back? Just like this way?
Yeah, just walk through.
Yep. Okay, sure. And Haley's gonna walk hand in hand, like take Haley through the.
Are we sure it's gonna be night when we?
Well, that's what she's got the blanket for.
I'll take the blanket. Keeps me safe.
Just keep the sun off her. That's basically the plan. If
You
like,
see Haley just.
well, I don't think she's gonna do that because it's a bit suspicious, and
Yeah.
Locke doesn't know that Haley's a vampire.
Locke is starting to twig that there's something up there, but they're not raising it just yet.
Yep. So not gonna preemptively do anything.
It's just holding.
Yeah, Tanya is just holding it just in case Haley goes up in fucking flames the second they walk through this door. But doesn't want to draw attention to it because she's afraid of what Locke will do. Yeah.
Mr. Locke, are you also leaving the event?
Yeah.
Okay. You also passed by the same woman, young woman, as Tanya and Haley. And she just says the same thing. I hope you enjoyed the event. You have a good night.
You have a good night too. And Locke keeps walking.
And she smiles. And who's first? Are you both arriving at the same time, leaving at the same
Probably.
time? You encounter the same woman, still leaning on one of the stalls, just saying goodbye.
Is this the same woman who greeted us when we came here? Different
Nope.
woman? Okay.
Can I make some sort of roll to, like, is there something familiar about her, or?
Yeah, what's an insight?
We do the same, or do I?
Yeah, if you like to roll what's an insight, go ahead.
We did.
Yeah, there's no point in us. We got nothing.
no dice in there.
I built her for combat.
3 successes.
4.
Okay. Jeremy Binks, you have seen her human glamour before, but she looks quite older, but you do recognize V. As she says goodbye. You recognize her by the same aura you have seen from the blob.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, the blob's not there. She has a human glamour on.
But it's V.
But it's V.
This is the V that we made the deal with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might want to watch your back.
I think Mr. Cal is gonna be dealing with a whole other thing right now to even bother pursuing me.
Good, but just be careful. And thanks for helping us get the kids out.
No, thank you for getting me out. Well,
You should thank Logan, really, for that a lot. And maybe make sure he doesn't get into trouble. That's not a deal.
okay.
It's out of the goodness of your free heart.
I left him a set of guidelines. I don't think he has read it yet.
No, he's a bit of a slow reader.
Yes, I have noticed that. It's okay. He will learn throughout the times. He's not gonna be in trouble because Cal still needs someone to run this place.
Good.
It's definitely an event.
Truly is an event.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm free from it.
That you are. Just kind of just doing. I'm sure we'll see you soon, V.
I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
Then Tristan will leave.
Maybe we can help more people. get out next time.
I'd like that. But I need to gain more power in order to do that.
Jeremy pulls out another card. Well, when you have it, give me a call. I'd like to help.
Okay. And she's got another calling card on her hands, and she's just like looking at the both of them. And she's like puts it together and says, I will give a call. I have to learn how to use a mobile phone.
Oh, and I won't. It says Herald Sun, but just ignore that bit.
So you have cut off alliances with this Herald Sun person?
Yeah, and then some.
I see.
Take care, V.
Take care of yourself as well. Goodbye.
After you.
Oh, I've left already.
He's already gone.
You're waiting for me.
Left already.
What is it? Is it just a door in the middle
No,
of the
it's
desert
just
still?
like an empty, like, it's just, an entrance.
Oh,
like,
gee, oh, geez. Yeah,
Just the moment you walk across, all of you walk across that line, that invisible hidden line, you feel a bit nauseous. It's as if you've been dropped from a great height, and then you find yourself as you step back, take another step, you feel yourself stabilizing, and you find yourselves just right outside the walls of the Ark.
Of the Ark. Do we have our stuff?
You have your stuff back, your
Time is just
phones,
gonna be like-
everything.
Time is it? Like, is it still nighttime?
Currently around 4 a.m.
I think we've got all our like guns and stuff. Just go, Amy.
Haley's just looking at you like, really, Amy?
Yeah, it's a good name for a good gun. I missed it. We should go inside. Let's go to my lab.
Okay.
what does the arc look like?
Okay. Here's what the Ark looks like for Jeremy Binks. First of all, you notice you are in the middle of the outback desert. There's only this building here. There's no other, like, if you look around you, it's just road. And then nothing but red sand. And maybe a little bush here and there. The spinifex. But as you turn around, look at this building in front of you, it's a whole military base. It's a tall, thick walls. There is a metal door that will swing open once you guys have your authorization. You can see that there's watchtowers on each side of it, and there's guards just holding huge ass rifles, just looking down at you, trying to decide if you're human or not. Should I also...
He's like, what are you doing?
Babe, there's...
What? That's Rowan.
You
You're
see,
fine.
like, waving from above.
I'm with them.
You're fine. Don't even stress.
And the door does roll open to reveal it's like an empty, first of all, empty field that's here and there's some cars, vans, all kinds of vehicles, and you can see office buildings. But it's just 2-floor office buildings. You can see people from afar running, holding papers. There's some military guys getting into vans and stuff. It's quite busy, and it seems that there's more cars. You guys let them pass by. There's more vans and cars just driving inside to the base. And as you walk forward, as everyone's home, essentially, you walk forward towards the building, you can see that there's, first of all, in order to even get in there, there's scanners. There's heat scanners, and you have to go through security. It's a high-end military base.
Expected something a little more impressive with a name like the Ark. At least boat-shaped. Where are the kids? I want to go see them.
Let's go find out. We'll go through security, I guess, one at a time. I'll probably go through with Jeremy, otherwise Jeremy's not getting in.
Yeah. The security.
It's actually, I'm the secret werewolf.
Busted!
Oh, this
I
whole
played
time.
it well.
And I shift and kill everyone.
But the security does ask, details, because
That's
do I
fine.
give a temporary pass?
No, it's, just they'll be staying with me for now. We'll organize induction and onboarding.
Okay. You
Show them my
employee,
driver's license and Herald's son ID.
They'll be fine. Just they're with me
Your
for
old
now.
son.
Don't worry, I'm probably fired.
Okay. Good. As they say, put down your name, type it a little bit, and they give you a temporary pass because permanent one will come later on.
Yep. We sent ahead a contingent. There was a large number of children that were supposed to be here. If they arrived already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're not trained for
I know.
Aline and Raphael are
With
doing
them?
Yep, they're in one of the we've separated them into 3 meeting rooms because we don't know where to place
That's fine.
them.
As long as they're close to each other, we can go. You can go see them. Welcome to join if you'd like, or if you want to get Haley somewhere situated for the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, Haley is hesitating outside the scanners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Locke is hanging back.
Is there anything?
Yes.
Can
very
Tanya, please, as Tanya goes through, because she has all her stuff on her now, do anything to fuck with those scanners to make them read incorrectly when Haley goes through?
You're watching this, right? Okay, I'd like you to roll intelligence and
Like tech or something?
okay, I'd say dexterity and technology,
Okay.
and I'd like you to roll your wits and awareness.
No. I'm going to sacrifice a willpower and roll that again. That was actually a 10. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I got
I'm going to
3.
sacrifice a willpower because I don't
I'm
roll
gonna-
high on those anyways.
Okay, I crit and 2 other successes.
Okay, you don't notice anything. Sanya heads first. You mess around with the cables. 'Cause you know how it's built. You know how they haven't updated the security scanners in a while. So what you
She's just
do-
like messing around like on an Apple Watch or something just to like mess with it as she sort of goes through.
Haley has her look as she passes through, and for a moment it glitch, and you can see the security guard going like, oh, okay, yeah, all good.
All good, thank you.
Temporary pass for this one as well, or
Yeah, I can fabricate her something. I'm just gonna take her to my lab for the moment.
Yo, I still need to get her details and stuff.
Um,
Security policy.
Yep, sure. Okay. Haley Pert, my cousin, she'll be with me.
See Haley, just sigh, pulls out her wallet, brings up her agent ID, says,
For like SI.
yeah.
Tanya's like, what the shit?
And it says, and then the security guards, oh, Mr. Pert, thank you.
Mr. Pert, you're a Mr. Agent. What the? How could you? It's fine. We're gonna talk about this. We get it. Get inside.
We can all hear you.
It's fine. It's fine. I can't believe you kept this from me. I thought you would be Mr. Get inside.
As we all come inside, Tristan's be like, so Mr. Binks needs to see the children. That's completely fine. You're welcome to go do that. I think the 4 of us, I guess, need to have a debrief. Seeing as we didn't have one last time because somebody ran away very quickly.
We were on a time constraint. I was acting in the best interest of everybody.
So
I've got to go to my lab. I'm going to take Haley to my lab.
that's fine. We can debrief in the lab. That's
Yep.
fine.
So we can debrief in an hour or something?
Oh, I think we should probably do it now. I'm
Or do you
ready
want to
for
take
bed.
Jeremy to meet the kids and I'm just going to take Haley?
I think it's probably best to wait, the kids see Jeremy without us there first.
Do you want to show them where they are?
up this in the arc. Like,
Can
do
I-
you feel you need a personal escort? If so, I'm happy
Wits
to go with
and
you.
insight, Tanya,
Oh yeah.
because she's acting suspicious.
Tanya just wants to get away
mean,
from
I'm
everyone.
not-
Tanya just wants to get to the lab.
Everyone would like the wits and insights.
What do I have to do to
Go ahead.
oppose that?
You'd have to roll composure and performance because you are trying to.
Can I?
I'm
Okay.
taking that die for digital.
Can I do composure and manipulation?
No,
Okay. Well, dang it.
What's the role, sorry, for us?
you can be composure subterfuge because you're technically lying as well.
I don't have anything in
It's
that
wits
either.
and insight.
Send a willpower roll to re-roll every.
To
fail.
re-roll up to 3 dice.
Excellent.
three.
I'm going to do that.
2.
I am also going to do that.
It's just real casual, guys. I'm just really keen to get back to my lab.
Casual. No sus. No.
3 successes.
Well, you only need to be 2. So.
6 success.
God damn it.
I got a crit.
And I wasn't going to tell anyone either.
Well, Tanya is hiding something. She is.
Did you steal something from Karma?
No. I mean, I got a flower.
That's kind of that's stealing. Although we should probably get that checked.
I'm going to take it to the lab. I want to try and plant it and see what I can grow.
That's fair. But yeah, I think unless Mr. Mix, unless you want a personal escort, which is fine, I'm happy to.
Just tell me which meeting rooms it
That's
is,
fine.
and I'll find a way.
I'll have one of the take you and
Yeah.
and I'll say to the guys like just let them wait outside. Like don't scare the children. Let Jeremy go in by themselves.
Have they? And like as Jeremy's walking off with the guys, like have they been fed? Have you given them water? Like who have you got with them? Who's crying? And are there interpreters? You just hear it just like.
Yeah, and it's just an office building,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
those long hallway.
I'm going to focus on this instead of my new trauma. And
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Tristan's going to say, look, why do I feel we just adopted 36 children?
Because we did.
I think Tanya's just like, look, I haven't seen Haley for months and I haven't seen her in person for years. Can I just have
Tanya,
a couple minutes?
what's
Yeah.
up?
I just need to talk to my cousin by myself. I haven't seen her
That's
in
fine.
years.
I'm happy
Thank
to have
you.
a conversation, but why don't you head into you want to go to your lab? That's fine. If you want to go to the lab, there's some stuff we probably need to run through anyway. We'll just we'll wait outside and just give us a knock.
Just give me like 5 minutes.
Sure. I'm happy to do that if you're happy to.
I'll do that.
Okay, so basically Tanya takes Haley into the lab and is like, are you hungry? I'm pretty sure I have like some bagged stuff in here. Like UA likes O negative, so I try and keep some in the fridge. Are you hungry?
No, but I think I'm gonna, because the sun's coming up. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
look,
die.
I have a I've got solutions in case UA ever got stuck in here, so we can sort that out. But like bagged will be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bags are fine.
Good.
I'm also. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna preface that.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of deal it was, but before I was like really attached to Ghost, but then now it's gone and I'm struggling with this.
He's the one who
Yep.
did this,
Yeah.
and you chose that.
There was the choice between dying straight up with my team or living and getting revenge. So
Yes, a team. How long have you been a Mr. Agent? Because I feel like how do I not know that? I am like so ingrained in our system. How did that slip past me? How did you keep that from me?
you know when we well, the Mister hasn't even, it's only been a while. Like I'm new. I'm just instated as that. You know, when you left, when we got you
Yep.
the plane and you left, I was already sort of training there. And a bit after that, that's when we had that mission. Remember, I disappeared for like, I don't know, like just stopped texting for 3 days. We went into this house and it's all fucked up. The layout of the house keeps changing and I lost my team.
Okay.
But I survived and I managed to salvage this relic thing that they've been looking for. in.
Do you still have that?
No, I handed it over St.
To who?
fucking Leopold people.
Oh,
You know, those.
the Americans?
No, not the Americans.
Oh, the Australians.
Yeah, those
Right, okay.
They really wanted it.
Okay.
Where we were apparently the 5th team and I'm the only survivor, and they're like, here you go, promotion. Do some more dangerous stuff.
So, I don't understand. Like, while I was like living with Dad and I didn't know about any of this, I understand keeping this from me, but you know I've been working here. Why would you still keep this from me? Like, you were here in Alice Springs and I haven't seen you in years, but you could have come to visit. You could have come here if you're an active agent. You could have come to see me.
I can't.
Why?
I'm not allowed to.
But who says?
The arbiter. They've put rules and restrictions for us in Sydney. We can't just go. I don't know. Your leader is quite lax. Professor Tristan's quite lax with the rules. But in Sydney, it's not just the arbiter, but the moderator.
Who's the moderator?
Well, the old witch is gone, but now it's like new witch has like reinstated. They vote bitches. They have so many rules in regards to this is what you need to do. You need to follow the order.
What's going to happen to you now?
Nobody knows that as far as they know, I've gone to lie low, to ground, because the last mission where everyone was essentially just killed.
So do they think you're dead?
They could think I'm dead. They could think that I'm just laying low.
Okay, so you could run. We could run. Is that what we do now? Like, what we can run and we can get out of here, and look, I don't know how long I can keep from everybody that you are what you are. And I'm scared what Locke will do when they find out, and I'm scared of what I would do to keep you safe. And I don't want to fight my friends.
I don't want you to. I don't want you to do that either. How about I go to ground nearby?
Look, you can do that here in my lab. I've got a thing set up for UA in case UA ever needed it. So just stay here. I can keep an eye on you. You're still you, right?
Yeah, for most part. I mean,
what does that mean?
I mean, I can't eat food anymore.
But you're still you, right? Like inside, you're still like.
Yeah,
And Tanya's just like looking at her like for any sign that this is like an act. She wants to believe that she wants to believe that this is her cousin and not. What's inside? Two.
Just see your cousin, and she's got tears welling up in her eyes, but instead of normal tears, it's blood.
I think Tanya's gonna like rush up to her and like hold her face in her hands and be like trying to wipe it away. She's like, we have to try and just okay. And I think like Tanya's going to sort of go and show her where she has like a little hidey hole for UA in her lab, and she's gonna be like,
have you done this before? What's that?
Like,
you've got blood bags and you've got
look, I've got a friend who I also need to track down, and she has to go to ground during the day too. So she comes and hangs out here sometimes. I have the stuff in place to make sure she's safe. That's all. Just, we'll talk about this more, but you should hide, essentially, because I'm going to have to answer some questions, and I don't think anyone's going to like the answers.
Okay, I'm gonna just stick to this hole for now because I can feel the sun coming up.
Yep, and I think Tanya will cover it up so it's not clear where it is, so that it's not obvious where Haley is sort of hiding.
Okay. Well, meanwhile, Jeremy, you've been there's 3 meeting rooms full of kids. Some of them are screaming, some of them running around in between rooms, and you can see agents. It's just they're wearing this military, like not military, but militaristic garb. Doesn't have they have a Second Inquisition, logos on all their thing, wearing the cargo pants and everything, and they're just running after the children. Some of them holding like 3-4 of them.
Can I just stipulate that before Jeremy got there, he would have asked for a clean T-shirt so that he's not covered in blood when he comes up to
They would have given you this,
I visited SI and
with
like,
an SI logo.
Yeah. Right. So.
I infiltrated the Ark and got out, signed my T-shirt.
Yeah, all I got was this lousy T-shirt. Yeah.
And
Survived the werewolf attack. SI.
have the children been, I suppose, processed in a way that they're like, I don't know, wearing little badges or bracelets that says what language they speak or their names or...
Yep, they've got actual tags that they have on their wrists as they're running around, and it's all color coded. And you can see that there is this young woman, not young, but a woman with like her dark brown hair, all in a ponytail. She has her glasses, looking down at her tablet, going through the list, and then asking like a child's wrist as she scans it and goes like, okay, just confirming that your name, and then kid gives his name and goes through all the children.
Does she know multiple languages?
Yes.
Wow, that's very impressive. Is she sitting at like a desk or?
No, she's actually just standing and then just like crouching in front of each children because all of them can't keep still. And some of the agents would come up with like I said, 4 children, like just grabbing them like this.
And then there are tired ones like holding blankets and crying because everyone else is being loud. Excellent. Jeremy will go up to her. Hi, I don't know if anyone's told you, I'm Jeremy. I'm the reason you've got these kids here. How can I help?
Well, hello. Aline.
Aline, how can I help?
Max. Well, I've processed most of them. Some of them don't have names, so we might have to give them names. But I think for the most part, they just need to be put into bed. It is...
Yeah, do you have space here for that?
Yes, we have... Not in here, but there is a separate building where most of the morning agents that doesn't want to go through security can just bunk into. We've cleared out 2 of the floors, and I think the children can stay there. I've already... okay, so... yep. And she's like tapping on her tablet and then goes like, okay, so well, yeah. The agents have been notified that they're supposed to keep clear of that building. And hey Brian, can you like get them into a line and then just move them out?
Good luck with that, Brian.
You see Brian just like, okay, I can try.
You know what? I'd suggest taking them in small groups instead of trying to take them all at once.
Brian's like nodding.
They don't have military training. Like the oldest one is 11. Just don't try to do it all at once.
Okay, and he starts picking up the children like sacks of potatoes.
Hey, look. I understand that you just want to get this over and done with, but they've been through a lot. Don't just think you can grab them and put them somewhere else like they don't have any free will. Just be gentle with them. Let them know what you're doing.
Okay, gentle. Fuck, we need training for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man.
You know what? Actually, Brian, just wait a sec, and I'll give you a hand. I'm good with kids, but I only know 2 other languages. But I'm good with kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Eileen, what are you going to do with the kids after this? Well, I've got some contacts in child services. Are you going to try and you're not going to put them straight into the system? I'm assuming because of the whole Faye thing.
No. I'd rather that we foster them. There's been cases like this. I've gone through the records. There's been cases of, well, not this amount. I think we just broke a record. We're gonna have to place that or write that into a book somewhere. This is certainly breaking records. 35 children. But there's been cases like this, and our predecessors have decided to keep them within the ark.
Not as
until-
child soldiers, though.
No, not as no, but sponsor them for further studies, and if they do want to continue on with this kind of life, they're free to do so.
Cool. So I apparently work here now. Talk to Mr. Locke about it if you need to.
Okay, Jeremy, what's your last name?
Binks. Binx.
Okay. And she starts typing into her tablet and goes, okay, we'll do, if you are going to be working here, we'll do your onboarding 2 days. Is that fine for now?
Probably. But look, whatever happens, if I can be involved with this case, I'd appreciate it. I've got skills that I think would help out.
Okay, we can definitely arrange that. But for now, let's have you settled down.
Yep.
It feels like you've gone through quite a lot.
Yeah, I'll help get the kids into the room they're sleeping in, and if you can give me a tablet, I'll like download some storybooks or something, and once they're settled, thanks.
You should also get some rest. The agents here, well, not this ones, but the ones who are coming soon are going to be helping. They're trained for this kind of situations.
Are they?
They are.
All right. I'd be more comfortable if I just want to see the kids settled first. Is that okay?
That's fine. But you should go into debriefing first. You need to de-stress a bit before you go.
That's going to take at least 3 months, maybe.
At least debrief first.
Okay. Hi, kids. I know you can't all understand me. I'll be back. I promise. I've got to go in and do something, but I'll be right back to check in on you when you're all in bed. Yeah?
You're just screaming.
Awesome. I've got a lot of younger cousins. Yeah. Where's the debrief?
Okay, so if you go down, 1 floor down, just go to the right. It's marked as the debriefing meeting room. I think they should be. She looks at her tablets. Okay, well, meeting room 3 is active. I think they might be there.
Okay, thank you, Eileen, and for your help with the kids. And
He's gonna let them
I
into
was
the.
going to talk to Locke first.
Oh, you can talk to
Yeah.
Log? Yeah, go ahead. I'd say once you're done, Tanya will let you into the lab.
Okay, as we see Jeremy walking away, he's still a little
so
bit
tired.
tired of everything. We move our scene a little bit, roll back the scene a little bit, to Mr. Locke and Professor Tristan, who's been left.
Tristan might actually like lean against the wall and just like take his jacket off and take a cigarette out. And offer one to Locke if you want. Yeah, smart. That's probably why you hold the record on the run outside.
Mr. Locke is going to grab out their phone communication device and shoot a message off to probably HR, I suppose, just asking for the recording from UA to be sent through.
Yep. Aline does message back and says she will be joining you in the debrief room in a second, but if you'd like a copy, she will send it off as well. She has the original one. It's a voice recording, voicemail on her phone.
Sends a message back to the tune of, if you're going to be showing that to us already anyway, we'll meet you in the meeting room.
Okay. Just settling and ensuring that all checks are done. All the kids are processed before she heads back and joins. But won't be a few minutes with a smiley face.
Cool. So yeah, once that exchange is done, so that was with Eileen. Eileen will be bringing UA's message for us to meeting room 3.
Beautiful. Before we this is for, I'm sure we can discuss this more at length when we get to the meeting room, but the main relevant party this concerns is you as opposed to the others, so I thought it best to discuss this with you first. In terms of this whole, the gift thing or whatever it is, like I have full confidence in all your choices, but as now is abundantly clear in terms of memory, what we have taken as established fact and knowledge is manipulatable, as we've seen, and malleable. Don't think manipulatable is a word, but anyway. And this whole, I'm just assuming, I made some choices recently which I thought were for the best, but I'm not infallible as well. This whole idea of Fae and ideas like, I'm sure Tanya's probably got some very long and factual explanation about how it works, but there seems to be some sort of alternate timeline that's actually been established. And I don't know whether it's some sort of like energetic vibration or what it is, or like quantum entanglement where we've attached ourselves to each other, but there are individuals that are able to either transition from one to the other, or when one ends, they remain a constant and they transition to another one. I shouldn't even say there is precedent. I am one of them. And I think that it's something we need to discuss, because the whole point of the, I guess, if I'm able to, if that sounds like something like a compromise to me, that I'm compromised. And especially if I'm compromised in such a way, I don't think I have full confidence in my own decision making, especially based on some of the activities that have happened recently. But also, and this could be even implanted memories. There was a time when I was here that I remember. There was that you existed and you existed. I hadn't encountered Mr. Binks or Tanya, but I just thought it important that you know that if obviously there's some idea of portals, time travel, I'm not really gonna have to do a lot of reading to catch up to speed. But if you do start to experience memories that you don't think are your own or anything like that, please come and have a conversation with me and we can see if we can figure it out. I didn't actually, in the memories that I've retained, know you very well or very long at all, a matter of hours really, but I thought it's probably prudent that you know that, especially if there's, as Cal said, gaps or things missing. If there's any way I can help, like, change that, let me know, or if there's anything you need, but I'll have a better explanation when I've sat down and read and figured out exactly how this works.
Interesting. That corroborates what a number of individuals had been referencing to during the game that I was involved in.
Yeah, there was references. Apparently there's others who are doing it too. And that's part of what I want to try and figure out. Is I thought it was an anomaly, not even a time travel so much as thing, like if time and space are unified, then I just slipped through the cracks and landed somewhere else instead of somewhere. But if others are doing it as well, then it's something we need to be aware of. We can't really operate if, I thought I was an anomaly, but if I'm not, then this isn't an isolated incident, and chances of it happening again or more frequently are probably likely. So
yes, definitely something to look into and act on if we can.
Can Tanya let them into her lab at that point? If you guys are done with your conversation? So. Door slides open.
You see Tristan leaning against the wall without literally just in a hoodie, just smoking.
Like right next to a no smoking sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see some agents pass by as you open the door. They're just, chatting with each other, saying hello, hey, good morning. And then chatting, and you hear oh yeah, fuck man. It's like Mr. Davis was just here. Oh, the legend. I think he'll teach us how to shoot a gun, kill a werewolf with a pencil, like John Wick. You see that tail end as they just start moving and laughing and just ribbing at each other.
Tristan will just turn to Locke and be like, I've met Davis. That's overhyped. I put his cigarette out on the ground and walk in.
Tanya, you may want to know that the message that UA had sent for us, we can go and listen, view.
Yeah, okay.
In meeting room 3.
Cool. There's something that I just need to tell you real quick, as long as you'll promise that you'll be cool about it.
We're always cool.
It's totally fine. It's nothing. Do you promise?
No.
Please. It's going to be fine. Just
What could you possibly have
it's-
to say that like you?
please.
I can
Please.
promise we will do our best to like you. We trust you. Hopefully you trust
You
us.
already know. Locke doesn't.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Does this have to do with the mention of shadows, the random
Yeah,
blanket,
maybe.
the
Yep. Mhm.
glitching of the
Yeah,
security?
it's not a big deal. Okay. Be cool. It's a similar situation to UA with
Go ahead.
Haley is in a similar situation to UA in that she is going to be useful and an agent, and
No, this.
she already is an agent. The
That's
Sydney-
when you. Sorry, go ahead, and we can discuss this afterwards. Apologize.
You remember the discussion that we had a couple of weeks ago about the worst case scenario when we get Haley back?
Yes.
It's not as bad as we thought, but it's pretty bad. But it's going to be fine. I'm going to take care of it. I didn't want you to find out some other way. I wanted to be able to let you know that I have it under control.
So Haley's a blank body. Who was she turned by?
Ghost. It's fine. It'll be okay.
For some reason, the name sounds familiar to you, and you could feel hatred towards this ghost person, but you don't know why. How did it start?
Wouldn't Locke still have their memories of Ghost from the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like it spans beyond the game.
Mhm.
It's like you've had like anger towards him, even when you were in Sydney.
Yeah.
You don't know why.
I'm not sure Haley can be trusted.
I don't even need you to trust her. I just need you to not hurt her.
I can't make that promise. I won't make that promise. You do know that Haley is no longer Haley.
No, she is. She is. She's still Haley. She's my family. And
Haley is dead.
no, she's not. She's still Haley. And I agreed with you when we spoke about it. If she wasn't, I'd let you do whatever you needed to do, but she's still Haley. And I can't let you hurt her. I won't.
Yeah, I'm happy to. We can definitely give Haley the same opportunity UA has to. Well, we deserve it. Like, you know, we try to look after our own. But yes, you are correct. Haley is medically dead. In terms of, however, like what stage of the blank body process that they're in, feeding habits, things like that. I think it's too nuanced to be able to immediately like sentence them to execution, but also at the same time it is premature to afford them full open hospitality of the Ark. Like, we need to make sure that the security of the many is there. But again, yes, we're not going to execute Haley purely because of their condition.
One toe out of line.
I'll leave. We can go if that's going to be easier.
I don't think you have to leave. In terms of leaving it, like, we need to understand what's happened as well, because at the same time, like, if we just let Haley loose, like, the bodies could pile up immediately as well. Like, and we're not just creating breaches in terms of that's going to attract more kindred behavior. It's a whole mess. So we would need to understand, well, do you have, like, we know the condition overall. Ghost, do we know what sort of designation of blank body ghost was? Was Ghost La Sombra? So, well, even in that case, then, to a degree, like, hey, it's not like, well, Haley can really specifically leave anyway. Like, the biometric locks won't let Haley out. There's going to be probably a lot of glitches So we're going to have to figure out how to keep Haley away from the main security systems and other ones because accidents may occur. But where's Haley now?
She's gone to bed.
Okay. So she been guessing in the lab. That's fine. Yeah, we have stores for ensuring that she's fed and safe. For the time being, I guess she's not leaving. Like the sun has risen, so she won't be moving around. We can figure out how this is going to work and what this looks like.
Be cool.
Meeting room 3
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and lock.
And Tanya's going to lock the lab behind her.
I'll probably contact as well. It's be like his a request that Mr. Binks be present for this debrief as well.
Elaine would reply that Mr. Binks has already been diverted towards meeting room 3.
Beautiful.
Can people make calls inside of the Ark?
Like external phone calls.
Yeah.
Is it
We're
external?
pretty far underground.
Yeah.
Oh, it's underground.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've gone underground, no signal.
Awesome.
At this point. There is what do you call it?
Got to get the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, yeah.
Get the Wi-Fi password. You can. At this point, you've arrived at meeting room 3. Jeremy, you're the first one there. You do notice that meeting room 2 just opened and a bunch of people just walk out. All of them look quite scary. But then they start joking about memes and stuff, and it's just
Define scary.
they look like like the women especially are all muscled up, not like Mr. Locke, but they look like they could beat you up in one go.
That's not scary. That's hot.
Yeah. Well, not to Jeremy.
That's a Jeremy.
He can appreciate it.
Tanya finds it hot.
You know.
Yeah. And then as they all, start walking out and talking, one man walks out. You immediately notice that his face is all scarred, all grisly scars and stuff. He looks like he's about 50-something-year-old man. He's wearing just the black, standard black shirt and the cargo pants, but you see he's packing all this gear, stakes, see a knife there and stuff, and he gives you a look. New face.
What?
I'm Mr. Davis.
Jeremy, sorry, I've had a day.
Going to grab your hand and shake it. It's really strong grip, calloused and stuff, and he's gonna say, "Okay, Jeremy."
Sorry, do I know you, or?
No, but I'll probably see you around. I have heard of your name. It's quite fine.
Oh, okay.
Very long time ago.
Okay, sure. Sorry, Davis, was it? Yeah, I think I work here now, so I'll see you around, I guess.
He walks into meeting room 2, comes out with like a bag of chips and Coke, and hands it to you before going, "You have a good night, day, whichever." Before walking out with a nod, like a strong nod.
Jeremy looks down at the bag of chips and the Coke and goes into meeting room 3 and puts them down in the middle of the table. Well, the chips, and he goes and sits, and in this very quiet room you just hear the and just shakily drinks, has some caffeine.
Okay, and that's when everybody else arrives. I'd say the debriefing goes quickly as everyone shares what has happened within Coma, what has been developed, and what's the plan with Jeremy Binks. As you are wrapping up the debrief of info sharing, Aline does come in. She actually knocks, opens the door slightly, and she says, "Can I come in?" Or okay, opens the door, closes it, sits down, has her tablet, and says, "Okay, so, I have now been made aware that Dr. Yue has just left the country, and she's left a recording that you all should listen to." Okay. And she presses play, and you hear just a voicemail. It's a recording of a voicemail. Message received at, and the date and time, and you hear this.
To my dear cell members, this is Yue, reaching out from halfway across the world. By now, I'm sure you would have noticed that I'm missing. I don't have much time, so I'll make this short. Immediately after our game, I had a vision about things I can't explain. I was needed urgently back home, and my elders arranged transport for me to leave Australia. I don't know how long I'll be away, and I'm doing my best to return at the first given opportunity. To Tanya, I hope you find Haley, and that she is safe and sound. To Mr. Locke, I hope you cure Erin of the poison and bring her home. To the Professor, I hope the Ark continues to thrive under your careful guidance. It has been a privilege to be a part of this cell. I know the circumstances of our parting are less than ideal, and I'm so sorry I had to leave so urgently we didn't get to say proper goodbyes. These nights are wild and unpredictable. I don't know what the future holds. But for now, you are all very capable people, and I have faith that all will be well. This is Dr. Yue signing off.
Mr. Locke is sitting there stewing, because this is another mention of this Arrern character that they have no memory of, no recollections of.
Tanya's just a bit teary, sitting in silence.
Just gonna keep sitting and just drinking coffee. Well, I guess we wish Dr. Yue the best in their endeavors with the courts of her own kind. So, I guess I'm the only one with a drink. There's cocoa and chips over there, I guess, to Dr. Yue.
To Yue.
Okay. And as the meeting concludes, everyone returns back to their own lodging, as it's been a very, very, very long 3 days. Jeremy, you've been guided by Aline to the building with the children, as you have requested, but she did say that if you'd like, there is a private room on the first floor. It's supposed to be for the custodians, but
He's going to choose to stay with the kids if he's allowed.
okay. And as the sun rises and normal people's just waking up for the day, our cell is just preparing themselves for the evening or the morning to rest, as they rest when their prey rests. Going around the table, Tanya, what are you thinking of? What are you doing as you prepare for bed?
Tanya's not going to go to bed. Tanya's going to the lab and first thing she's doing is going to be putting that flower that she got from Red in a little test tube with water, I think, and see if she can grow anything from that. And then the next thing I think she'll do is going online and trying to pull any photos of Erin and Locke off of social media. Any trace of Erin that she can find to, whatsoever, and getting any information on Ghost and anything like that. That's what she's going to be spending her time doing.
Yep. You spend your whole day doing this. Probably not just the day, but the months after it. But every photo you've pulled, whatever's left from Mr. Locke's social account, even trying to search Erin's social media accounts.
What social account?
Yeah.
It's been scrubbed clean. The photo with Mr. Locke and supposed to be with Erin, it's just Mr. Locke in there. And the other person with them have their face just distorted.
Can Tanya go to the house that they broke into, where those photos were on the walls?
If you go through the house where you broke into, you see that it's an empty lot. So we will see Tanya throughout the days, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, trying to find any signs of Erin and finding none. Professor Tristan?
Tristan will have gone back to his own office and lodgings, made security aware of the circumstance regarding Haley, that Haley's, not to be harmed, and offered similar to UA, but also at the same time not to be left out from the arc. Running through, approving onboarding for Mr. Binks and whatever this new agent or status, or to just kind of going through their profile. But the main thing that before going to bed is Tristan will go over to his calendar and flip ahead to 1 year from today with the new calendar there. Just kind of throw out the old one, put the new one, and then put a big 7 on the 365 days away, and put a big red circle before sitting down and starting to do some research on Prince Squizzy, the Prince of Melbourne, and what I know about Flinders Street and all the supernaturals in Melbourne.
Okay. And we see an image of Professor Tristan doing his research, what he does best, finding information. As we move our camera over to Jeremy Binks, the children have now all settled down. Most of them had cried themselves to sleep due to the stress. But you're bunked in with them.
I think when some of them started to trust him to an extent, that he's sitting up on a bed and there were a few asleep on him, and he's got a tablet open and was reading them something from it, and gets a message on the tablet with the Wi-Fi password. And once it gets put onto his phone, he's got about 20 or so missed calls and messages. There's messages from his boss, he's flicking through them. There's messages from probably some kind of partner and a mum as well, and just looking at them exhausted, no idea what to tell them. And potentially later that day, pacing back and forth up on the surface at the base, speaking into a phone, very exasperated, with someone that's very upset on the other end. And he just keeps saying the same thing over and over because, what can he say?
And we see the sunlight hitting Jeremy Binks as he's just walking around exasperated on the phone, while agents around him are either just arriving home for the day or is preparing to leave. Quite a mundane sight compared to the rest of the area. And finally, we move our scene to Mr. Locke.
Well, over the next couple months, Locke will dive headfirst into training, upskilling. Now with their interaction with the Fae under their belt, they're going to put a lot of effort into stuff surrounding that and train up and in things like sense the unseen and repel the unseen. But that night in particular, Locke will go back to their room. They'll pull a couple pieces of paper off of their desk. And on one of them, they just write in big letters, Arrern, with a question mark, which they stick up on their wall.
And as you lay down to sleep, you drift into a dream where you are sitting in a beach. Sandy, it's sunset's about to just arrive, so the sun's just hitting right. Oh. Sitting next to you is a person you don't recognize yet seems extremely familiar. You can't see her face, but you feel just happy just sitting there talking. You don't remember when you wake up, you don't remember what you look like, you don't remember what you talked about, but within that dream you remember this woman just telling you stories, and then before you woke up, just on the verge of waking up, she turns to you and she says, I'm sorry. Oh, I want to keep you safe, so I'll see you later. Then you woke up, the dream slipping from your grasp. Don't remember what was conversed, yet you feel like you are about to cry.
Bless you.
And you feel the tears just flowing uncontrollably. You don't understand why. Maybe the dream upset you, but it felt like such a comforting dream. And as we move the scene away from Mr. Locke just waking up in that next night, we move our camera back to the desert, where we see a lone figure standing, wearing a long black cloak. Not cloak, a coat. A long black coat. As this person has his back on the camera, he looks up at the moon that seems too big on the sky, seems too close. And as he turns around, right before we see what he looks like, we end the story for this evening. Thank you guys very, very much for joining us for the second part of the finale of the Second Inquisition's second season. Once again, my name is Rena, and I've been very glad to be storytelling for this chronicle.
I'm MK, I've been playing Tanya Pert.
I'm Joel, and I'm playing Professor Tristan, and I survived this season, which is more of a circumstance for me that I'm not really used to.
I'm Sveeple, I've been playing Jeremy Binks, and I don't endorse the Herald Sun, and I don't have to anymore.
I'm Kat, and I've been playing Mr. Locke.
We'll see you next year for season 3 of this chronicle. Bye!